Hey folks, John Master Lee here. Hope you guys are having a dandy day. So I get asked a lot, what is it that I do for a living and what's it like making games? The truth of the matter is that it's a lot less sexy than you probably think it is. Now, don't get me wrong, I love it. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But it's not like we just sit around and play games all day and wax poetry about why a game is fun or whatnot. That's a big part of it. But the reality is that I spend a lot of time in meetings, speccing stuff out, play testing, doing marketing, doing business development. And I don't get to code or create art as much as I used to. But with an indie game studio, I do get to dabble in it just enough to satisfy my sort of creative need, if you will. But ultimately, I see my role as the guy who's able to put together the team, bring the idea to fruition, ultimately launch a product that I hope that you guys enjoy. Now, whether this process is interesting, I'll let you be the judge of it.
I don't know. Yeah. Is he more of a quirky character at this point?
We don't even have that mechanic built in, right? Unless I would say like you feed him like a piece of like bacon and he's like, oh man, now I feel heavy bloated.
So yesterday I was going through a whole bunch of different proportions that I was doing, and I narrowed it down to a couple that I liked. It goes back to what happens a lot. You just sort of sometimes go around in a big circle to what you had originally, and you just, you figure out maybe that was a good solution in the first place.
What could be interesting here is, what is that actually representing at the end of the day, right? Which is kind of the heart of that. If you want that to almost to be like a larger version of what's on your gauntlet.
I got a bunch of conference calls that I'm doing today, so half the time while I'm running around, I'm trying to jack into my phone here, and that doesn't sound very good, does it?
Holy shit, is that what you did for this?
Yeah, and then you gotta shift your weight.
I don't think I can even do one of these. Oh fuck! Done.
Nintendo, right, one of the biggest companies out there, is dedicating its next 10 years to this specific space.
Glitches and bugs. Now, those guys should not be flying that far into the sky. So she went to Duke, also ACC. He went to University of Virginia. So 2-1, sorry. And studied neuroscience.
I'm talking about my dongle. But Megan's running for competing in the America. This is America or Miss USA? Miss USA.
And if we can aggregate and collect artists, developers, entrepreneurs, and then put some good coffee and some good beer around them, right?
Oh, does she have to close it or anything? That's your own.
But the goal is then ultimately to put something together quick enough to at least validate if the concept has legs. And I think there's something there, but until we actually put pen to paper, we just don't.
You don't know.
You really don't know. Yeah. For all we know, the reason why no one's done it is because it's a dumb idea. Could very well just be.
But then you can pay for these. So okay, these ones are like the easy ones. Now you pay for these. Have fun with him. And they don't even have to be like super expensive.
That doesn't write you out of this world. Like you're almost guaranteed a second, because if you're going to fail spectacularly, then people just sort of assume like, well, that guy learned a lot of lessons. Just like some things, like it's failure is not necessarily a bad thing in our space.
And you're very fortunate to get some attention from people outside,
Yeah.
And now it's time I think. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Guys, come on. One guy's beating us.
Then the die guy seems a little bit more normal.
Deal with the SDK and playing the game, and I agree that maybe that SDK module isn't as useful as we thought it was going to be.
Because if you think about it, if you're able to create a SDK that functions like that, it gives them a much more.
So today is my on the road running errands while trying to do work day. That sounds like so much fun.
I thought this was the entire world, essentially. Center is where you started. No. I was totally lost the first time. Okay.
Okay, good. Alright, that didn't... Yeah. Add the platforms into the island. How did I if it's going to be necessary? Okay. It's probably not...
Alright, so here at Hermosa Beach, beautiful sunny afternoon in Los Angeles, catching up with my friend Jonalyn. Oh my gosh, are you really that much taller than I am?
I'm 5'7". Well, I have little heels on.
Alright, so she's the goddess for PR and just the goddess in general. I haven't seen her in years.
It's great to see you.
I know, this is really awesome actually. It's really awesome catching up, and more awesome, I'm really hoping that we could do some cool stuff together. That's all I got. So that's what's cool. So yeah, great job guys. It's really good stuff.
John, the latest build.
Totally.
Okay. The next thing I'm doing right now is having him do a similar effect to the coins.
And we talked about like the Japanese anime style, right? If not even like Japanese game show, just so over the top. People are like, oh man, I want to see the next animation. Not just, hey, how you doing? But almost like, you know, like your dog hasn't seen you in 3 days, and you come home, he's literally going bonkers. All right, I'm here inside of a law firm here. They specialize in gambling, sweepstakes, all that fun stuff. And quite frankly, we're starting to look into this interesting kind of gaming element. So, gotta run here, guys. Got a meeting. Peace out.
So there you go. If you find this video interesting and you want me to cover some other aspect of what the game industry is like, be happy to do so. Till then, peace out.